If you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe and become part of this community. Oh, and also, go cop that fresh merch and listen to my new album in the description. We've been knowing about a new Denzel Curry album for quite some time. He dropped a trailer with an announcement for this album a couple of weeks back. The album is called Mely My Eyez, See Your Future. I went over that trailer in detail in a past video, but today we got the official release date, the cover art, and also the track list for this thing. So let's look at this. So first of all, in that trailer that we got, we already saw the features and also producers that are going to be working on this album. So we knew a little bit about the track list already. What we didn't know, obviously, is the release date, cover art, and titles of the tracks, obviously. So that's what we're going to look at today. First of all, I want to mention that he's also dropped 2 singles for this thing so far, mainly Walking, which I thought was an amazing single, and then also the slow tie feature Zatowiki, which, you know, I thought was also a pretty cool track, and I thought he incorporated that slow tie feature very creatively instead of him just having like a random verse on there or something like that. So let's actually look at how this thing was announced. So Denzel dropped this announcement and cover art and track list and all of that in collaboration with Spotify, and somehow they are also, you know, working and, you know, collaborating on this release. I'm not sure in what way. Maybe they're just trying to push his album because, you know, maybe they have some sales interest in there or something. Well, we got this post. So the first thing we got to look at is the caption. The caption reads, "Future's looking bright. Melt my eyes, see your future, March 25th. So this album, the new Denzel Curry album, is dropping next Friday on March 25th. So a very, I don't want to say spontaneous album, because nowadays, you know, a lot of stuff is only being announced a week or two prior to its release. But still, I thought that Denzel was, you know, more of a person or an artist that was going to announce stuff way ahead of its time to maybe have a more bit of a creative and in-depth rollout of the whole thing. But, you know, it's dropping next week. I'm all excited for this, man. I've been waiting for this album for a very long time, so I got nothing against this. Second of all, what we see is obviously the cover art, and I like this even though I'm not exactly sure what we can, you know, tell from this so far. It's a, you know, blurry picture of him. Usually his cover arts were more, you know, to the point and more direct in terms of how they connected to the album's content. This one is a little bit more abstract, but, you know, I guess that's a very good thing that he's experimenting around with stuff like this. So this is the album cover. We can't really tell a lot about what this is in connection to the album, as I already said, but it's looking pretty okay. It's not like very cheap like the Lil Durk album cover. It's also not like very, you know, creative in any type of way, but it's okay. I really got nothing against this. So let's also look at the track list, because obviously that is the other big part that we got for this announcement besides the release date and the cover art. So this is the track list. As we can see, there's going to be 14 tracks on here, 2 of which, as I said, namely Walkin' and Zatowiki. If I'm pronouncing that wrong, please correct me. I still have no idea how to say that. But those 2 we already know. The rest is going to be new. What I really like from looking at this, kind of like a first impression, is that under every track he also has the producers listed. A lot of artists do this, but not when they drop, like, you know, their first track list to the public. And I like that, you know, Denzel is giving the credit to the producers where it's due, because a lot of the times the producers don't get the credit that they deserve in the music industry, especially in hip-hop, because a lot of the times they carry a project or an individual track, but only light is shown on the artist performing the track. So let's go through these. So the first track is called Melt Session Number 1 with a feature from Robert Glasper. I'm really not sure what to expect from this. I guess the Melt Session could be a reference to Melt My Eyez, See Your Future. It likely is. So it's just the first one of those sessions that they did. It's all produced by Robert Glasper. I guess that's the feature, the producer feature. The second track is Walkin'. I guess this is like the first real intro track to this thing that we've already heard. I like that one a lot. I hope that we see more in terms of narrative and more of that style, because in the trailer already we saw him walking in the desert and stuff like that. So I guess there could be some theme underlying this. Third track is called Worst Comes to Worst, and this is also produced by Dot the Genius, which I'm really excited for. Then we move on to John Wayne, produced by JPEG Mafia. That's very exciting. Then the fifth track is called The Last. Both of these tracks that I just named are without features. Then the sixth track is called Mental, and this is featuring Saul Williams and Bridget Perez. Now, personally, never heard of him, but, I'm looking forward to what they got on here. The seventh track is produced by Kenny Beats and is featuring T-Pain and is called Troubles. I guess this is a very interesting track, a T-Pain feature in 2022 on a project from Denzel. I guess that could be very interesting. Also, of course, his longtime, producer friend and collaborator Kenny Beats being on here is another positive thing. Now, the eighth track is what a lot of people are excited about, which is called Ain't No Way, and is featuring Black, Rico Nasty, Jid, and Josiah. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, but those three big names on there, Black, Rico Nasty, and Jid, are obviously going to do, some numbers in pushing this thing. Ninth track is called X-Wing. Then 10th track is called Angels. 11th track, The Smell of Death. This produced by Thundercat. Just a, fun fact. All of these don't have any features. The 12th track is called Sanjuro and is featuring 454. That's also going to be a track I'm looking forward to. And the 13th track we've already heard, Zatoiki featuring Slow Tie. And the last track, again, a Dot the Genius production, The Ills. So this is the track list. We don't know how long this whole album is going to be, but 14 tracks, I think, is the perfect length for an album, especially also coming from Denzel, not like completely flooding the market. So this is what we got. We got the announcement for Mely My Eyez, See Your Future is dropping next Friday on March 25th. We got the album cover as well, looking pretty abstract, but I like it. I hope that it says some connection to the contents of this album. We also got the track list with the features and the producers. 14 tracks in total, a couple of features that I'm excited for in here. Also shout outs to Denzel for listing the producers and working together with a lot of very high profile producers that could really be a positive thing for this album. If you haven't yet, go check out the 2 singles that he dropped, also with the videos connected to them, and also the trailer that he dropped for this album, which I think can give us some more context to understanding a couple of things when the final album drops. All of this is just my theories and interpretations and thoughts and opinions, of course. Now, I want to know what you think about this. How do you feel about the release date of next week? Do you think this is too spontaneous? Is it just right? What do you feel about the album cover? Do you think it's too abstract? Would you like him to be more to the point, direct with the album covers? And what do you think about the track list? What tracks are you most excited for? What features and producers are you looking forward to the most? All of that, let me know in the comments down below. If you watched this video to the end and liked it, and you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, hit that like button, and go follow my social media, and most importantly, join my Discord in the description. Until the next one, you'll have an incredible day, and y'all take care.